What's good, folks? It's the WC here with a video for all the good people of YouTube. Before I get into the central idea of this video, I have to keep saying it, all right? YouTube is trying to shut us down. I'm not just talking about people that have one idea or one ideology. I'm talking about anybody that says anything even closely, even remotely controversial. They're going to shut you down, okay? Anybody. It can be prank calls. It can be live streams, whatever the case might be. They're going to shut you down, okay? So what I need for y'all to do, drop a like, share this video a bunch of times. They cannot silence what we're going to say because we're going to say it anyway, all right? The YouTube thought police, they're going to try to shut us down, but they can't, all right? At the end of the day, they can't stop us from saying what we want to say. This is our platform. We built this platform, and there'll be nothing without us, all right? Just wanted to say that. Let me get into this video, man. As you can see on the screen, you see a couple of NFL players voicing their opinions on what? What are they voicing their opinions on? Now, Trump held like a press, I'd say a rally in Alabama last night, and he called the NFL players that have been protesting SOBs and that they should be fired. He also called out the NFL for its handling of, the violence in the game, the helmet-to-helmet stuff. There was a movie called Concussion, if you guys remember that, with Will Smith, basically burying the NFL for its handling of brain injuries. You got people like Chris Carter coming out and saying that he's scared. You got Junior Seau coming out and, what happened with Junior Seau shooting himself in the chest so they can examine his brain. There's a story going around about, Aaron Hernandez. It's almost like if you say Aaron Hernandez's name in a video, your stuff gets demonetized. I don't know what's going on, but there's stuff going around about him having brain injuries, so it's a real thing. All right. Let me break this down before I get into the video, okay? Before I really get into the video. I think that a lot of these players just kind of missed it. All right? They missed it. It was a trick play that was ran last night by Trump, all right? And this guy understands that the NFL, he has to understand that the NFL is about 91% black. He has to understand that. He's not stupid, okay? The NFL is at least 91% black. Some people will say it's even more than that, all right? He has to understand that, all right? And this was a trick play that was ran on these players. I don't think that they caught it. They couldn't have caught it because they responded. There should have been no response to it because there's really nothing to say about it. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to say what they want to say. And this is like, it just kind of taps into a larger issue at hand here. It taps into the issue that black men just don't know how to communicate. And you'd be like, okay, there's a couple white guys in here that kind of comment towards this too. They missed it too. It went over their heads too. The NFL ratings have gone down because of Kaepernick, all right? Whether people want to believe that or not, it's the truth. It's declining because people don't want politics introduced into their sports. All right, this is the president of the United States that we're talking about. I'm not necessarily defending him here. I think that people have the right to, the NFL players have the right to say whatever they want to say, protest whatever they want to protest, but they need to know how to do it within a certain arena. It's just kind of uncalled for. When you go to a football game, you don't go to a football game for politics. You don't go to a football game for politics. You don't go to, you don't go to a Sade concert expecting for DMX to come out. You understand what I'm trying to say? You don't do that. That's the perfect analogy. You understand what I'm trying to say? You don't go to opera expecting for AC/DC to come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't. I mean, if you don't follow me on this, I don't know where your brain is, man. And that's basically what this is with the NFL. You know, they picked the fight. Kaepernick, these guys picked the fight, and then anybody that kind of continues that legacy of kneeling on the flag just kind of spits in the face of the fabric of this country. The fabric of this country is built on the right to protest, but you play football for a living, bruh. You can't do that in any other country. And I think and like I see it from both sides of the spectrum. And it flew over a lot of people's heads. They fell for the trick play. Now you see these comments on the screen. I'll read a couple of them. It says, Trump, stay in your place. Football have nothing to do with it. You got Chris Cooley, who I really respect, former Redskin, by the way, who I really respect his opinion. He says, when will people learn that fear won't make someone sit down and quite possibly will make you stand up for what you believe in. So he kind of plays the line. He understands what's going on. And then you got Bishop Shanky, who I don't know who Bishop Shanky is playing for right now. No disrespect to Bishop Shanky, but I don't know who you playing for, bro. It's a shame and a disgrace when you have the President of the United States calling citizens SOBs. Like I said, this flew over people's heads. Like, I don't think that they understand it. You got Eric Ebron says, does anyone tell Trump to stick to politics like they do to us to stick to sports? Or they tell us to stick to sports? And then you got Reggie Bush. He says he's not even good at that. I mean, but like I said, I don't know who Reggie Bush is playing for right now. If you could tell me, I don't know. Like, these guys have a right to say what they want to say, but at the same time, it's like, this is a trick play that was ran by Trump, and he wants to crush the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody understands that Trump had his own football league back in the day that didn't work out that well. The guy's bitter. At the end of the day, he's bitter. But at the same time, he's right to a certain extent. He's right. Kaepernick is not signed necessarily, not because he's not a good quarterback or not because he's not capable. He's just bad for business. And a lot of these players that are kneeling down, you don't see Tom Brady kneeling down, do you? You don't see Drew Brees kneeling down. You don't see none of the top players in the league kneeling down. You see all these, players that are not really all that great kneeling down. And for what? What purpose does it? What purpose does it really serve at the end of the day to kneel down on the flag? The same flag that allows you to make millions and millions of dollars. The same flag that allows you to protest freely. I mean, it is what it is. You protest freely, but you have to deal with the backlash. The NFL and the NFL players had to understand that the backlash is going to come regardless. That's the reason why this was a trick play ran by Trump, to get a reaction out of the NFL, to get a reaction out of its players. There should be no outrage here, because we know what's going on. This is a trick play. You can't really respond to it, because either way you're looked at like you're like you're wrong. I'm going to end this video on this. Like I said, the NFL was like at least not more than 90% black. And I don't want this to turn into no racially charged allegation or anything like that. What I want people to understand is this right here, this whole situation right here, man, is, you know, just a microcosm of black men just not being able to see what's really going on here, and that this is a fight that they just can't win. This is not something that they can win. The ratings are down in the NFL. People are not watching it as much as they were last year. All right, these are facts. These are not allegations. These are facts. And the only thing that you could really do as an NFL player is just kind of play the game, play it the right way. Do your job. Don't worry about what the president doing or what he's saying or how offensive he might say anything.